And we're live again for the Open Tour Benelux Game 3. We are still hype shoutcasting, Bojo with my boy Bobacek. And we've had some fantastic games already from 7M. What did you think? I think you're dirty muted. That's what I think.
I agree. There you go.
Beautiful.
Went for that one again. No, I agree. We have had some good games, some neat ones already from Team 7M, of course, from Game Buddies and PXP as well, because without them there would not be any good games. So GG to them as well. Next one up is Team 7AM versus Team THRLL Academy. Both of them are 2-0, I believe. I'm looking for that's not clear yet who won that one. But I think probably Team 7AM. Team THRLL took that one. So both of them 2-0. This is basically the winners bracket of the group.
Yeah, and 7AM, they're gonna go through no matter what this game means. And that being said, we're already blasting off into the champs. Let's go.
Let's go indeed. As Set gets banned away from THRLL, we know that our good buddy Jaguar likes to play Set quite a decent amount. So that is going to be taken away as well as Thresh on the side of THRLL, and Viego gets banned away. Ezreal is the next one up. Karma going to be taken away from the boys on Team THRLL as well. And the last ban from Team THRLL gonna come through any moment now. Gwen being hovered and gets banned away, which is interesting because we haven't seen any attempt or interest from 7M for the Gwen up until now.
Yeah, what I see is that there is no Kassadin ban. Like last game round, it was instantly banned because they got a pentakill in the first game. So it was a fair ban in my opinion, but they're leaving it open right now. Flying it is possible to pick it up, but maybe they just have a good counter ready on the side of Team TRL for this pick. And Seraphine, we've talked about her. Where was she all this time? Here she is in the lineup for TRL Academy. They're picking her up. And that means that they have the potential to create this huge wombo combo team comp where they can go for. Of course, it doesn't really fit that bill, but still, there is a possibility for an MF combo there. However, never mind, Samira blocks it all. You can't pick MF in this scenario anymore.
That's actually a crazy pickup here. Samira blocking the Seraphine ult, blocking the combination, apparently. Eventually. With Misfortune as well. And of course, Rel combined with Samira, not too shabby. Magnet Storm on top of that, Bullet Time, or the other way around. As now Alistar being picked up as well, so this will probably look to be a Seraphine mid.
Or Seraphine Alistar in the bot lane. Still possible to play her as the carry and swap over an AD mid laner, which is something that Meto really plays. He plays the Yone, he plays the Yasuo. Of course, Yone being banned right now. Yasuo is still open. And Viego already banned, so they're really targeting heavily in this draft. But there are still options for him, so we'll see if he is able to pick that one up.
He likes to play Twitch as well.
Also Alistar with Yasuo. He could
could
do them dirty there.
He could do them dirty as Kassadin gets banned away eventually by THRLL as their last ban. And Yone been taken away. They could opt to ban out Yasuo as well, combined, of course, with the Alistar. It's gonna be an Akali ban eventually from 7M towards Team THRLL. So the mid lane, Meto getting pretty much focused down in this banning phase.
Yeah, but you can't ban everything, so they has still options lined up for him. We'll see how they're gonna do it. Right now we have strong engage, strong assassination potential on the side of 7AM towards him, but of course the counter engage and the CC that they have locked for the wombo combo, Orianna being locked in, ball delivery system, all that fun jazz is right there for the taking, and Wukong getting locked in instantly as well. Will definitely go to Elijah in the top lane, one of his favorite champions.
Then Wukong and Victor getting picked up here by 7 a.m. eventually. A good combo here. They have a crazy team fight. The Cyclone, the what's it called? The Storm. Victor's ult.
Chaos Storm?
There it is, thanks. Chaos Storm on top of that, RL Magnet Storm, Bullet Time. There's so much combo potential on those ults there, so team fighting gonna be something that 7am is gonna look for in this game. And Volibear being the last one picked up here, so that is gonna be Volibear top, and we are gonna see the Seraphine Alistair in the bottom lane. So interesting here by Team THRLL.
Yeah, the answer to heavy engaged team fight is apparently more heavy engaged team fight. We will go for it as well. And that's what this comp has been drafted to. A lot of zoning potential from both teams. You have the Victor with, of course, his stun field, and then Orianna with her ball. So it's gonna be really hard to find the good engages, but once you do, you will absolutely obliterate the enemy team. And right now we saw 7M playing some really clean games, especially the last one, where they moved as a team. Will they be able to do this against TRL Academy as well, who drafted the fairly meta comp, at least, with the Seraphine Alistair, which are presumably going to the bot lane?
They are, well, most likely going to go towards the bot lane. It would be weird to see anything else for Team THRLL go in that towards that side of the map. A little bit of an unorthodox comp or pick to see here from Team THRLL, and as you said, both teams here have that the team fighting potential, the ultimate layering here as well. Of course, Seraphine ult, the knockup from Alistair, Volibear jumping in there, Shockwave from Orianna. So a lot of ult layering for both teams here. It's going to be interesting to see. We're going to have quite a lot of, or we should be seeing quite a lot of team fights in this upcoming game between these two guys, these two teams.
Yeah, and what I'm a little bit worried of on the side of TRL is that they invested heavily into AP damage. You have, of course, Orianna, Seraphine, which will be your main damage dealers here. Maybe Seraphine will go the full support build, that's also possible, which means you have even less damage. You're going for those sustain fights, for those long fights. But who will do the damage? Is Orianna gonna do this all on her own, or are you really gonna make Sin your carry? Which means he needs to get onto the right targets. And as we spoke of, we have the zoning control on the side of 7am as well. You do have the Victor field, you do have the Cyclone from Wukong. Samira can be fairly mobile if she can get those resets, if she can keep jumping to other targets. So we'll see if they are possible to execute this correctly, because a little bit MR will benefit 7am really a lot.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of magic damage on the side of Team THRLL, as you said. So the MR is going to be pretty neat. Both junglers, actually the same ones we saw last game. 7am, sorry, Obi on Lee Sin, MTB on Xin Zhao. So a very similar, if not, of course, identical jungle matchup here. Once again, both junglers are gonna need to pressure towards that early and mid game onto the lanes to get them ahead. Of course, here, if you do get the Samira and the RL ahead here, it's gonna be fun for them in those team fights, as Victor should be just a farming lane, and Wukong should be okay-ish against Volibear. So I feel like maybe bottom lane is the way to go here for Lee Sin, unless you have other thoughts on that.
Well, you have options all around the board, of course. Wukong, good duelist. Volibear is probably gonna want to bully him in the lane though, because his trade potential is insane. With that Sky Splitter, can put down the shield, the damage, and just heal back with the Frenzied Maul. It's really hard to trade against Volibear in the lane. He's really strong, which means he's probably gonna take prio at some point, depending on how aggressive Elijah is gonna be able to play with the Wukong. And of course, when Volibear is pushed, there is always potential for the jungler to come in and swoop in for a gank. He doesn't really have great escapes, because of course his Q accelerates him more towards his enemy target than when he has to run away.
That is true. That's how the champion works. Both teams have already started the game, or they're at least in loading screen. We still have 1 minute and 50 seconds to go here. Who would you give the edge in this game? Because we have both teams who have invested heavily into team fighting. Which team do you see coming out on top here?
I feel like the comp from Team TRL lacks a little bit damage. If they go into the very late game, they might be just too tanky to kill with Orianna shield and a Seraphine. If she goes that supportive route, we all have seen how strong Seraphine can be when she gets those items, when she gets those shields up. You have Alistar, you have Xin, Volibear, they all have defensive mechanics as well. So I see possibilities there, but if 7 AM can do the same thing that we've seen of them today, play a methodic game, play on the right parts of the map, and as a team, then I think that they will be able to take this game. So my biased opinion, because we're casting all the 7 AM games today, is going in favor of them, but they need to watch out, because the late game from TRL Academy is so scary.
Yeah, TRL's late game is going to be pretty tough to deal with. We've seen Volibears in the past as well, you know, going really tanky and then just doing so much damage, not being able to die, not being able to be taken down. Samira isn't really a tank killer. Victor, not really either. He can do quite some damage, of course, onto the front line, but it's oftentimes not going to be quite enough. It's going to be interesting to see if they are going to be able to take down the tanky members eventually on Team THRLL with that Volibear, with the Alistar. Even the Xin Zhao, of course, with his ultimate, is going to be difficult to be taken down. So yes, there might be a small lack of damage on the side of Team THRLL. However, they do have an insane frontline, which takes so much damage away from Team 7 as well. It's looking pretty equal on both sides, as we are in the loading screen for the third and final game of this Group C for 7 AM today.
Are they gonna go trio? That is the question here. They are definitely going to the round of 16. They're gonna be balling there. But are they gonna finish their first day with a trio? Would be great for their mental, just their confidence in general, for the continued games of the Open Tour. And also in general for the 7 AM squad who is supporting them, because it's always nice to see when you put so much work in them as coaches, managers, that they're performing well on the field as well.
They have been performing well. Game 1 today was a bit wonky in the beginning, but eventually they were able to turn that one around. Of course, with the pentakill from Flying on the Kassadin, as we are now loading in and have loaded in to the Summoner's Rift for this third and final game of Group C here today. Team 7 AM versus Team THRLL. Both teams 2-0. One of these two is going to go for a perfect score in this group phase today. 3-0 on the horizon for both teams. And which of these two is going to take it, as they do start with a very defensive position. Nothing too crazy to begin with.
Yeah, they do want to be crowned king of Group C, I believe, that they are in. And we'll see if they can make it happen here. Again, let's might check Jaguar being spotted here by Elijah. Maybe they can collapse on him from two sides. It's very scary for Jaguar right here.
Looks like they're going for a little bit of a flank. Lee Sin Sonic Wave is going to connect. They're not going to be able to take him down, however, as Elijah has one more dash coming through. Maybe if the Sonic Wave connects, he doesn't have it off cooldown just yet. He is going to go around looking for that first blood. He's going to go for a chase. Is the flash going to come through? Yes, it is. Sonic Wave connects. Oh. Great flash by Jaguar. It's not going to be enough for Lee Sin, and now he's going to have a delayed start. Jaguar's going to base TP back in lane. He's not going to be too far behind, as Lee Sin starts at the enemy's Krugs. Orianna has, however, spotted him with a ward on their own red buff.
I did see that we had a little bit of a time difference in the cast. I just want to make sure that we are in sync, casting the game at the same time. I'm at 150, 51, exactly 52 right now. See, that is fantastic right now. So we are here on the rift. Great play already by Obi and Elijah there, burning the flash. And as we said, Jaguar on Volibear gonna be a really big bully in the lane, and setting him back early with the summoner spells is just yeah, fantastic for him.
A good start here by 7M. Taking away the flash from Jaguar, taking away for the TP from Jaguar as well. So Elijah is going to have some summoner advantage here as well. As he's not going to go too aggressive. Can't really jump onto the Volibear. Of course, he has that E, which gives the damage the slow and the shield as well. So not really that straightforward to actually jump onto the Jaguar. However, now the shield is down, so he could go for some damage, which he tries. But look at the return from Jaguar as well.
Yeah, and it's just so hard to stand between your minions with that Thunder passive from Jaguar, just by auto-attacking minions who are harassing your enemy laner. Trades back and forth are fairly nice, but he's already picking up a CS lead here as well, being able to do a cheat recall as well, meaning that him blowing his teleport early on is not affecting him that much.
The both bottom laners, all four bottom laners. Is there a possibility for them to even engage onto the Seraphine Alistar? I feel like it's going to be really difficult. If you jump in, Alistar can knock up head, but you have the eventually, of course, the ult from Seraphine. If she has the double cast on her E, you're just standing still. It's going to be hard for them to actually find the engage. However, if they do find the CC, of course, on the Seraphine, it's going to be hard for Seraphine to survive. She is kind of like Sona, not a lot of HP in the early game. So if they can burst her down eventually, it's not going to be too easy though.
Seraphine has a lot of burst, so they can look for those fights, and it is in the lane that they are probably gonna find that advantage, because Seraphine works so well with a team. Solo laning, okay, she was originally made for the mid lane, but yeah, she has so much synergy with the other members that have the CC, that have the damage to follow up on everything. And she's able to keep everyone alive as well, so this champion made for team fights in the end. And taking prio here with THRLL moving together with Lee Sin to help him with the jungle gap.
A little bit of a assistance there for Lee Sin, as Volibear's has some summoner spell difference, but he's up 10 farm, almost 10 farm. The Sono blocks that second E, not gonna be locked down here. Another slow start to the game for both teams. Both junglers not really able to put any pressure yet, and also the laners not really feeling comfortable with any crazy shenanigans here. Small trades back and forth, stuff that you would of course expect.
Gank on the mid lane, on Flyknit, flashes are blown already. Phil, come down. Is it enough for the first blood?
Much damage, they need an auto attack or two more. It's gonna come through, it should be enough. As Diamond Dog is gonna pick that one up, but now there's a gank in the bottom lane as well. Sorry, it's not a gank, it's just a flank from the support here. Sono is gonna go low, gets exhausted as well. Mechanics is kind of semi-low. Now in the top lane, Elijah having some trouble with Jaguar. Look at the damage that the Volibear does. Needs one or two more attacks, doesn't have that flash to continue, and now they do find the interrupt on Alamed, jumps away off of his horsey. See you later.
And this is just cross map all over it. A win for Team TRL here. They are getting the kill in the 2v2 in the bottom lane. They do a great gank in the mid lane as well, just with the last piece of the clockwork on Flyknit for that kill on Diamond Dog. And top lane, Jaguar is winning the trades, even though he was set back a few summoners at the start. It doesn't really seem to mind him that much, so at this point, TRL Academy in the lead.
TRL Academy taking a small lead here early on, however 1.5k gold at 6 minutes, not necessarily small. Both teams not really, haven't really looked towards the Drake. There are some pings going down, however. Those are just about people missing. Doesn't look like they want to go for an early Drake. Xin is on the bottom side, of course. So they might be going. Now Obi is here as well, together with his support. Finds the Sonic Wave, they find the stun. Slimy Devil needs to run out of there. MTBs there as well. Not going to be enough.
Yeah, they did spot Slimy Devil there, but not gonna risk it. prio was not enough for the scuttle, and I'm gonna give it over to MTB, who is a little bit ahead in CS of Obi as well as the assist, so he's doing great on this Xin Zhao. Not the same matchup that we saw in the last game between Lee Sin and Xin. And yeah, he just hit 6 as well, so the XP difference is there.
Small XP difference as Jaguar picks up 69 gold from that cannon minion. Always fun to be 12 years old again and make a joke.
And you are also officially the worst. That being said, Ocean Drake is being picked up pretty much for free here by TRL. And, I think it's normal that they do not want to contest this after the bot lane lost in the 2v2. They know that they will not win that fight as well, especially with the jungler not being there. It's only one Ocean Drake, not the biggest impact in the world. And the next one will be a Cloud Drake, so no Ocean or Cloud Soul this game.
Not gonna be a Cloud Soul, so we could be looking at another Infernal Soul in this game, which is always a fun one to see. A lot of people loving that soul, taking away that extra damage for their team. As yeah, first pick of the game went to Team THRLL fairly easily. 7am didn't really want to do anything about it. Herald is untouched, however both junglers are now on the top side of the map as well, so you might be seeing that soon, or they might just continue ignoring it. That's a perfect possibility as well.
With that prio for Volibear, that Herald is pretty much for the taking. And yeah, you can see Wukong is really struggling at this point in the matchup. He just doesn't have the same ways to mitigate the damage dealt to him as Volibear has with the shield and the healing in his kit. Well, Rel is topside though, Alistar moving as well. This could be a skirmish for this Herald, but I don't think 7am is in the position to win this one.
7am is not really going to be able to contest this Herald, I believe. It's going to be a 4v4 prio on the side of a Volibear, of course. Wukong is going to have to run all the way around, but then of course he would miss the wave pushed under his turret right now. And it looks like 7am is just going to give up the Drake and now the Herald as well. Team THRLL taking the lead and pushing it a little further.
Yeah, big difference is as well that Adamant is not level 6 yet in comparison to Slimy Devil, so if they would have fought there would be no, what is it called, Magnet Storm, something like that, to assist them in really getting that combo off. So it's smart for them that they leave it like this. However, it is accelerating the pace of the game in favor of Team TRL here. If they can get those plates, I say it every time because it's just so important as an early objective to get that extra money in your team's pocket. That yeah, next time they fight, they will not be fighting with equal weapons because they can just buy so much more items.
Gold is flowing, the items will be bought, as both teams still not doing anything too crazy. 1.5k gold lead still on the board for Team THRLL. 10 minutes into this game, the laners are really safe. We expected a farm lane in the expected a farm lane in the mid lane. It is a farm lane in the mid lane. We expected Volibear to do a little bit better in the top lane than Wukong, which he is indeed doing. And bottom lane, yeah, they can't really engage either way. Alistar in theory could potentially engage, but there's just too much tankiness in CC as well on the side of 7am with Alamid there.
You know, we've talked about a lot this game, not a lot has happened, but the one thing that I'm really disappointed about is that Slimy Devil has the Pyjama Alistar skin, but he hasn't
and he's not
done the Ting Ting emote. How is this happening?
This is that's a very good point. I think regardless of how well Slimy Devil plays this game, there is no way he wins the MVP.
If he doesn't Ting Ting, like they got the kill in the 2v2, where was the celebratory Ting Ting?
This is very true.
It's almost an obligation when you play with that skin.
And what do you mean almost? It's just an obligation with that skin. I think maybe he didn't read patch notes. obligatory ting ting with pajama skin.
That is possible. Meanwhile, Obi is ting-tinging MTB here in the 1v1, but Elijah and Diamond Dog are gonna join.
Ooh, both junglers going hard. Red buff is gonna be enough for the kill. The MTB gets a little bit of a heal from Triumph, not gonna be enough. However, Elijah flashing over the wall, getting his life out safely. Looks like maybe they want to go for a little bit of a dive. However, Elijah able to get out of that one. Re-engage here. Adamed going low, jumps out, gets that shield. A lot of damage out for Victor. Slimy Devil needs to get out of there. Diamond Dog just running past them, has no mana. A couple more auto attacks, couple more spells, not going to be enough as Volibear is there as well. Save his mid laner. Very
Ding ding, Slimy Devil. Ding ding.
Ding now.
Do it now.
No. BM ting ting, please. No, it's the aftershock. It's not going to be enough. And it's Obi picking up that kill eventually. A very interesting fight there in the top lane. A little bit of a strange, wonky skirmish.
Eventually able to pick up Slimy Devil, but there were more kills in that encounter for both teams, but eventually it is what it is. But we went from a 0-2 to a 2-3 score, so not that bad for 7M getting back in the game. Elijah got a kill as well, so important for him to get another source of gold, because in the lane he is just struggling against this mean bear. Herald being spawned on the mid lane, they are gonna pick up those plays before the 40-minute mark, making sure that gold is in, the value is there, and starting up the second Drake in the meantime.
Second Drake of the game going towards Team THRLL as well, as they pick up the Cloud Rift, and it's gonna be another Infernal Rift this time around. That's always giving up those first two Drakes, like, guys, we don't need the first two Drakes. Oh, it's Infernal. Crap, we need 4 more for the soul. They only need 2 more for the Infernal soul. And damn it.
Yeah, instantly that value from those first 2 Drakes increase, because most of the time a team trades a dragon for a herald. You know, you say, okay, the early game objective herald is better, it gives gold first bonus for the Drake, not that much. In this case, TRLL got everything. They got the herald and the 2 Drakes, which is just so huge when you see that Infernal soul on the board as well at some point. It's gonna be massive, and means 7M, they kind of need to fight for that next Drake in 4 minutes. They can let it go, but that means that one mistake every 5 minutes is just a possibility for such a huge buff for them. I think they really need to prep for this.
They have 4 more minutes to decide which way they want to go with this next dragon coming up, the first Infernal Drake of this game, which then of course turns into the Rift. Obi might be able to find something here, finds the kick. Is it gonna be enough? Not at all. Flying gets exhausted. Now Slimy Devil might be in trouble. No, he's not. There's the MTB. Obi's gonna be in trouble himself, as Diamond Dog does come back and finds the kill. 2-0 Orianna, 200 gold shutdown on her face. A little bit of a bounty there, so it's 250 even with the farm she's been able to pick up so far. And it looks like maybe first tower of the game is gonna go from the mid lane. However, of course, Seraphine has no damage there. Ooh, the I'm not the real one, Juke.
Sneaky, I press S and stand still. Wukong move.
Classic.
Always helps.
Sick one.
But it did get nommed, so the trade is eventually for Jaguar. And it's a level behind, level 11 for Jaguar is big. Volibear with levels is big, because his ult disables towers longer, and that is, yeah, just great if you want to go for those dives, if you are ahead, and if you just want to bombo combo people under there, it doesn't really matter that there is a turret if it's totally buzzed.
The damage from Jaguar is crazy. Just standing under turret and smacking you in the face, it just gives you such a feeling of, dude,
it makes you feel small.
Leave me alone. It makes you feel small.
Small.
S-M-O-L, small.
For this time around, Bear beats Monkey in the top lane.
Bear does beat Monkey.
We'll see if it keeps going that way, if there is a point that Wukong takes it over, but it's at this point it's really hard for him. It will depend on how they will itemize. Are they going for the front line? Usually Wukong is going harder into damage than Volibear. But yeah, Volibear just has the base damage from all his spells that does it, and with the Divine Sunner right now, he's absolutely a menace to deal with in the 1v1. Herald has been spawned in the meantime, 2 minutes on the dragon, and you can see 7M trying to get some control in their own jungle. while the invade from TRL is getting nearer and nearer to that bot lane.
Drake spawning in 136, 135, 134. Just count down until Drake, until Drake spawns.
Do it. Can you do it ASMR style?
I'm not gonna. No, I was
Close.
trying.
Almost baited in.
I came really close to my microphone, thinking of, ooh, I'll start counting down in
Moisturing
my
those lips.
sexiest, in my sexiest voice. As the top lane, there's a little bit of a brawl going on. Elijah double cyclone. The Sonic Wave is not gonna connect. He actually whips it. Jaguar is gonna go low, gets a heal off from his W, is gonna use his ult, but is gonna go down eventually as well. And now a flash in the mid lane from Mechanics to get out of this bad situation. Gonna be able to do so. 50 seconds on Drake. A lot of Team THRLL is on the bottom side of the map here, so it should probably go towards them. However, they're taking a reset here, giving 7am the chance to put down some vision around Drake, but they're busy doing Herald.
Herald being picked up here by 7am, which is important. It's the first objective that they can actually really take, the neutral objective at least. And it is crucial that they kill the bear there. Because even after the first kill that Elijah was able to pick up in the skirmish earlier, he was still getting clapped in that lane. Maybe with the 2-0 he will be able to get some resistance there, because if Wukong is strong, he just needs to get a good cyclone off in a fight, and he can do so much. Of course, later in the game, we'll see if it's enough, because the shields are plenty on the side of TRL. And yeah, they are gonna pick up their third Drake uncontested, and this is sending us to a very worrying scenario over 5 minutes.
Yeah. In 5 minutes, 7am is really going to have to do something about this next Drake, or the Infernal Soul is going to be for THRLL, giving them an extra edge. They're already ahead by almost 5k gold, 4.5k gold ahead. That's a lot of gold.
Seraphine going for the full support build with the Moonstone as expected, making sure that nobody around her will die. And yeah, putting the pressure on all sides. And at this point, TRL doesn't really need to play fast. They just need to wait 5 minutes for the Drake, and then they get the biggest spike ever. That just a permanent damage boost is so insane. On every 2 seconds, I believe, that you do damage to someone. They're trying to make a trap here as well, sweep the whole jungle, and it's it takes a very brave man from 7am to walk into that red jungle right now.
Takes a lot of cojones.
A lot of
to be able
courage.
to, a lot of bravery needed here for 7am to walk into their own jungle, basically. Not expecting too many crazy things to happen the next 5 minutes, as or the next 4 minutes, as Drake is gonna spawn in 3 and 30. In the meanwhile, and at that time, of course, THRLL might be looking 7am, of course, as well. Both teams basically going to be looking for maybe a pick or 2-3 before actually starting that Drake. Or we're going to see the first real team fight here in this game. Of course, they could find a pick now and go for Baron. However, both teams not really, at this point, the team to take Baron down very quickly.
Herald is still available for 7am to use, but where are they gonna put it down? They might combine it for the next dragon spawn if it stays that long on Living Sin. Not sure how long the timer is at this point, but they're gonna have to do something proactive at least. If they keep reacting to TRL, I do not think they will cut it this game, because TRL is just accelerating their gold lead time and time again when there is a skirmish. So I want to see more plays, like the play that they made in top lane, killing the Volibear there, but at this point Adam getting engaged on Flash by MTB.
Flash by MTB to get onto him. The red buff is going to be enough. Magnet Storm being used, that one's going to be on cooldown for now, and Jaguar going to go in hard in the bottom lane. 1v2, and they both just run away. Global gap closer from Tinzao. Going to be using a great flash kick. He's going to be dead on the turret. However, no, he uses his ultimate to get away from some damage. It's not going to be enough, however. Slimy Devil trying to help them, and now Flying is getting taken down as well. as Elijah uses his second Cyclone just for the shits and giggles. And yeah, 1 minute and 55 seconds on the board for the next Drake. Team THRLL looking really good this game. Team 7M, you're gonna have to try a little harder.
Yeah, they are definitely struggling at this point. You see Jaguar running up and you know Seraphine and the rest of the squad is on its way. We can't really do anything because the bear is not gonna go down fast. You don't have the time to quickly burst him down and then go for the rest. No, you need to run because Adamt has been solo killed already by MTB, who did insane amount of damage with the Xin. And yeah, I kinda have to take my words back from the draft. They do have a lot of damage.
Yeah, with Xin, Volibear, and Orianna, I feel like they do have quite a lot of damage. Of course, those are two frontliners, and but yeah, you know, once Orianna has a couple items, which she does right now, and finds a good shockwave on 2, 3, or even more people, it's just gonna bring a lot of people either to 0 HP or very low, which makes them play a lot more carefully, of course. Making the team fight a lot easier for Team THRLL in that case. MTB in the flanks. Not gonna find anything here. And yeah, 35 seconds on this next Drake. Will Team THRLL find the Infernal Soul?
Well, they will find it. The question is, will they be able to claim it? 7 AM, they need to contest it. There is no more hiding in this game. Well, you can hide, but they will find your Nexus sooner rather than later if you give them the soul. So they need to make a play, they need to make a pick, and I feel like it's on to Obi to get a good kickoff here, to make sure that it is the carry from 7M that can do some damage, because if they are getting engaged on, yeah, it's over. There's just too much oppressive damage and CC from the team THRLL to do anything against. And there it is, Slimy Devil going in.
That was so close. There's the 4-5 man shockwave. They instantly find 2. Seraphine ult gonna come through. CCing so much. Obi going down. That's a double kill for Orianna. MTB takes down Obi. That's a clean ace. Clean ace by Team THRLL. Insane engage. If Alistar had that knockup a fraction of a second earlier, it would be even crazier. But eventually, Diamond Dog, Orianna finds a crazy shockwave and they're able to clean up. No damage. That's just not true. They instantly find 2 to 3 people and the rest was just cherry picking the kills away. They find the Baron. They find the Infernal Soul. Team THRLL is in the driver's seat. Formula 1. First position. Straight to the finish line.
Yeah, we just said it. If they find an engage, it's over. 7 AM is the team that needs to find the pick or they lose. And they did snooze here. They get engaged by Slimy Devil. Amazing wombo combo by their squad. Everything falls apart and they get the Baron, they get the soul, and they are having their eyes locked on the enemy Nexus right now. Maybe it's just a curse because 7 AM, they won all their games on the red side, first game on the blue side, and it is against a very convincing Team THRLL.
Yeah, Team THRLL is looking super strong in this game. They went 2-0 as well. Looks like they might find the 3-0 with this game as well. As now Elijah might be in trouble. Tries to jump out of that one, but it's not going to look like it's going to be enough. Finds Cyclone number 1, Cyclone number 2 going to come through. Look how long that turret is disabled. It's insane. Now Sono's going to go in phase first. Is it going to be enough? However, no, he does survive eventually. It's going to be a shutdown onto Xin Zhao. Another good shockwave. Another good re-engage. MTB. Sorry, not MTB. Obi gets taken down by another Orianna. Auto attack with that Infernal Soul. Extra damage. That's a quadra kill. We've seen flying pentakill today. We've seen... Oh, is it going to be a pentakill? Pentakill number 2 of the day? It's going to be pentakill number 2 of the day. It's been so long since we've seen an actual pentakill. And today we've seen 2. Both times a mid laner. First it's flying it. Now it's against flying it. Diamond Dog coming in strong here. Another good shockwave followed up by a pentakill. Team THRLL looking insane here.
Yeah, it's their time to throw the game if they want to lose, but I think they need to throw 2, 3 or 4 times because they have such a big lead at this point.
That is a big oof moment for Team THRLL, for Team 7am, depending on how you want to see that, of course. And in 3 minutes and 50 seconds, we're going to have an Elder Drake as well spawning on the map. It doesn't look like 7am is able to do anything against these engages and re-engages, and the shockwaves coming through here from Team THRLL. Diamond Dog playing really strong this game.
Yeah,
Of course.
9-0-5 on the Orianna, and it's funny because last game I gave the example for when you're 0-10 on Orianna and you do a great 5-minute shockwave and it does no damage, it's sad. Well, this is the opposite. Orianna super fat, get shockwave, everyone dead.
Oh wow. Yeah, Orianna's shockwave, as we said, she needs 2 or maybe 3 items, and the shockwave just does so much damage, which makes people kind of panic. Oh crap! I'm stuck in the shockwave. I took way too much damage. I have to start running away now. I can't really go in anymore because then I'll die. And it gives so much more room to the rest of the team if those shockwaves are hit well. And Diamond Dog is hitting them really well this game, doing so much damage, causing a lot of havoc in the team of 7am. Looks like maybe they are gonna try and push down the base. If they find an engage and win the fight, then the game's gonna be over.
Yeah, of course, NTB found solo kill on Flyknit. It's a 5-4 engage, but he goes for it anyway.
Obi is looking for is gonna be enough. They find the damage is not gonna be enough. Meanwhile, bottom lane, the turret is gonna be destroyed by Volibear as well. Diamond Dog picking up another kill. He's legendary. Look at the shields coming through from the Sterex. It's not gonna be enough. No one on Team THRLL is dying. We talked about this. We said they might lack a little bit of damage, but they're not gonna be able to go down. Team 7am doesn't have enough damage at this point to take down the front line together with the shields from Seraphine, the shields from Diamond Dog's Orianna. They just do not die, and they have more than enough damage to take down Team 7am. Team THRLL, insanely well-played game. Team 7am losing their first of the day.
Yeah, client is stuck on my screen as a good old-fashioned spectator bug from Riot, so thank you for that. But that does mean, of course, that Team THRLL, they took the Nexus down, and they ended the win streak for 7am today in the group phases. I'm not sure if the scores have been updated already, and if we know that there are tiebreakers where we need to wait for.
That's exactly what I was gonna check here. At least Group C and Group F are the ones that are facing each other in the round of 16. I don't know what this move was, but whatever. I just mushed 4 fingers together.
It was great. It was great.
It was awesome. Anyways, Team 7am second place, Team THRLL Academy first place in Group C. That means that Team 7am will be facing KVM Esports Academy, who went 3-0 in their group, and Team THRLL is facing either Foxfire or Glorious Gaming, depending on the score between those 2 teams. So that means a 7am versus KVM Academy.
Yeah, we'll see if that is a game that is gonna start soon, or if we have to wait for something else. I'm not sure if we need to wait for everyone to have finished their tiebreakers.
I think there's one tiebreaker. No, sorry, I lied. Wait, did I lie?
Did you lie?
I don't know if I lied.
Well,
I think at this point it looks like there's one tiebreaker in Group G between Dynasty and Tribute, as they both went 1-0 in their group.
Well, we're gonna find out when the game is starting. Don't go too far. We will be posting on the stream, on the chat, when the game is starting, if you are able to take a longer break. But don't go too far. We'll give you an update shortly.